Hi Richie, I'm Amy from Rugby 365. That must have been a bit of a disappointing performance for you on tour.
Not really. I thought our boys stuck to the task really well. Obviously, we were outpowered in the set piece, but I thought our boys stuck in the game, played some really good rugby at times. Disappointed not to come away with something, probably more likely to get a 4-try bonus point than something else, but definitely not a disappointment from our boys.
Yeah, you've got some youngsters in your team, so this is a very good experience for them.
It's an extremely young team. Our two front rowers have 3 caps each. One of them has only joined us late during the season, so that's where we're at the moment.
Richie, just maybe we spoke to Marco from Benetton a while back. He talked about the differences about touring South Africa early in the season to late in the season with the conditions and that. Is it an advantage of touring now rather than later, or does it not really matter?
I think it's a pretty tough place to come and tour anyway. You know what I mean? So 25 degrees heat, and you're at altitude. We've 2 games in our tour. We've 2 games at altitude, which is obviously difficult. Maybe one at sea level, one at altitude might be a better way of splitting it, if that's possible. But coming to South Africa at any time is very difficult. 25 degree heat. We're not used to playing in that. But the guys stuck at it, and we're still there at the end of the game. I know we didn't. We were well beaten, but they never gave up and they worked really hard.
Anyone else?
Well, there's just obviously much of the attention the URC goes to the other sides in Ireland, Munster and Leinster. Where are you guys in terms of your development as a team? Because I know you haven't been there that long as well.
Yeah, I've only been there a couple of months. You can see.
Recording in progress.
Hello. I think you can see where we are in our development. The fact that we had 2 front rowers playing today who have 3 caps each. We had a centre get his first cap, play alongside a guy who normally plays in the back 3. We're obviously missing, our international centre pairing of James Hume and Stu McCluskey. We're missing 2 international hookers in Rob Herring and Tom Stewart. So, there's a lot of experience that is outside of our team at the moment. But we're growing and we're learning as we go. So this experience to play against such a strong Bulls teams have come here with a lot stronger teams than we've had out there today and had the same thing done to them. We've dominated in the set piece and really, if you take that part away, which you can't, I think when it came to actually playing ball in hand, I think we held our own pretty well.
Did you get any inside information or tips or something about the handling South African conditions that you're going to take up at altitude?
No, not really. Like we obviously talked to Werner, and he obviously shared some things. But it's like I think at this stage, the Irish teams are used to coming over. Is it 4 or 5 years? Probably 5 years, maybe since they're coming. So everyone kind of experiences. This is my first time in Loftus. I've never been here before. Great experience, incredible ground, and the history that goes along with it is fantastic to come and see it. But we didn't, we kind of knew what to expect, and we weren't far wrong.
And that signing the running out from dressing room with altitude matters. We always joke about that. Did you feel that effect? Did you think it's still?
It didn't affect me because I was sitting in the box, but the players may have felt it. But because they were at altitude last week in Joburg, I think players probably felt a little bit more comfortable because they know what it's like when you come back. But 2 games at altitude in a league tour is quite difficult. Yeah.
And just one more thing. The planning for this for getting used to the altitude. Did you have any specific plans to get around it? Coaching the players in a certain way. I know Duncan Smith specifically said they trained at altitude early in the season. Did you maybe do anything like that?
Yeah. See, it actually doesn't stick. It doesn't hold anyway. Even if you're at altitude early in the season, we had different things that we tried to build into our game. We felt last week we planned really hard for it and it didn't come off. So this week we sort of went back to who we were and tried to put our game on the pitch. And I think at times you saw that. I thought we scored 3 really good tries. and just a bit disappointed we probably couldn't knock the fourth try out.
Happy enough, everyone.
What is up next for your team?
We're home to Connacht next week, and Ospreys after that, and then away to Cardiff.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Richie, sorry. There's a big focus in South African teams on set piece, like you said, and you struggled a bit today. Is there a plan in your team and Ireland, maybe Europe, to counter that aspect for South Africans at the moment?
Got to try and breed bigger humans. We of course we're trying within Ireland. We're trying to develop our props, obviously. You know what I mean. But our props don't come in at 140 kilos, 130 kilos even. We struggle to get men of 120 kilos playing in the front row. So we have to be technically better than the teams that we play against. Sometimes the referees, I'm not saying today, but sometimes referees will see things in different ways. But look, it was very obvious today that we were under massive pressure in the scrum. That wasn't a surprise to us when we got here. We knew that was going to be the case. It's just whether we were going to be able to get the ball away from that area and get the ball into phase quick enough. And I thought when we got into phase, I thought we caused them a fair bit of trouble.
Are you mentally ready for the upcoming games against Ospreys and?
Yes, we'll deal with them when we get back next week. Obviously, we fly tomorrow night, get home on Monday. We'll have Monday off. We'll come in together for a short day on Tuesday, train Wednesday, captain's run Friday, and play Saturday. So it's a very tight turnaround, especially after being in South Africa. Connacht played last night. They obviously had a tight win. But they get an extra day of recovery and they don't have to fly home from South Africa. So, from a league point of view, it puts us under pressure, you know what I mean, to go back with that tight turnaround.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'll be playing against my son, so it's going to be even tougher.
Thanks very much, everyone.